Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So you are watching one of two separate videos. This is the extended version, and the clean polish version, I'm going to link it right here. So if you don't want to watch 35 minutes to an hour long of gold panning, definitely check out the edited version, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 136, and today we have some gold pay dirt from the state of Michigan from Great Lakes Concentrates. This is their currently $35 bag on their website, plus it's $10 shipping. It used to be $45 when I purchased it with free shipping, so it's a $45 bag of pay dirt. One thing, well, first of all, let's check out the website here. So this is the website, and if we scroll down, they only have like two different pay dirts here. They have some pins and stickers and stuff, but the one we purchased was right here. It is the Great Lakes Concentrates Beach Bags, quarter gram of gold guarantee. Now, when I first purchased this, which was last year, I don't think there was a guaranteed minimum amount of gold, but I think they smartened up and actually started doing that because everybody knows if there's not a guaranteed minimum amount of gold in your pay dirt, you're probably going to get ripped off, at least in my experience of doing, hundreds of bags of these pay dirt products. If there's no guaranteed minimum amount of gold, you're probably going to get ripped off. So at least I have that. We've also got a small description here. So it contains glacial till concentrates from Michigan's Great Lakes. It says the gold in Michigan is generally very fine and will be difficult to recover. So they also add a quarter gram of fines, chunky and small pickers gold to enhance your panning experience. They also add semi-precious stones, fossils, and fluorescent sodalite from the Great Lakes region to add to your Upper Peninsula North Adventure experience. So that is pretty cool, and I also have a black light here that we will check to see if there's anything fluorescent in the pay dirt. This company is run by Martin. He resides in northern Michigan, and he goes prospecting, so he's the owner of the company. That's pretty awesome. And as you can see here, right now, if we purchased it, it's $45.50 because it is $10.50 shipping and handling. They did ship it in a small flat rate box, so that's always a good thing. There was no bubble wrap or anything. It was just the bag stuffed in the small flat rate box, which I already threw away. It wasn't ripped, so that's good. I would suggest putting some bubble wrap around it like I do with my pay dirt. Speaking of my pay dirt, I'm going to start doing giveaways for every one of these videos. So I'm going to give away a bag of this stuff. All you need to do is leave a comment. Let me know what you think of my channel, and I will do a random comment picker, I don't know, every Friday or something like that. Sounds about good. And I will post it on the community tab, so make sure you're subscribed. And as long as you're in the United States, I will ship it for free. If you're outside the United States, we'll work out shipping. But yeah, this is a bag of Gold Strike pay dirt, serial number 4419. It's guaranteed over a half gram of gold. Also, before we get to this pay dirt, one more thing. I want to give a big thank you and shout out to a brand new Major Credit Patreon supporter. We have Matt R. Thanks a lot, Matt. I really appreciate the support. If anybody else would like to support my show, definitely check out the subscription for Patreon and channel memberships. All right, let's go over and chop this thing open and see what kind of gold we get. Okay, here it is, the Great Lakes Concentrates pay dirt bag from greatlakesconcentrates.com. Let's take a look at it in a pan. I don't know where my pans are. Great, so let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what we got. So it is a coffee bag. It's one of these self-standing ones. I kind of don't like these because gold and pay dirt tends to get trapped down in the corners. It just makes it a little bit more difficult to spray them out. But looking down into the bag, first thing I see, I can actually see, I think, a seashell in there. I can see some interesting looking rocks. He did say there are some semi-precious gemstones in there. So let's pour it out and see what it looks like.
Let's rip this open, make sure we get, I just want to make sure I get everything out of these creases and corners. All right, yeah, we have little seashells, freshwater seashells from the Great Lakes. Got some interesting looking rocks here. Might even be able to tumble these. There's a Petoskey stone. Look at that. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's a Petoskey stone. I'm sure somebody's going to let me know in the comments. Definitely some interesting little rocks here. That's awesome. That one's almost purple. That's cool. No, that's pretty neat. So yeah, this is definitely some pretty unique and interesting beach material from Michigan. So the first thing we're going to do to start processing this is we're going to get our kitchen strainer here. We're just going to classify the big rocks out of it. And if we do have any gold nuggets, this is where they're going to be. Okay, so here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer size material. So let's go ahead and just pick through this really quick just to see if there is any gold nuggets. Okay, I don't see any nuggets or pickers or anything, but we're still going to pan this out just in case, because you never know. It's very possible that I missed something, so we'll pan this out as well. In the fine material, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I can actually see the shades of black in there. You can see all the black sand, or some of the black sand. So we can actually remove some of that. So right here I have a big neodymium magnet on the end of a nut driver here. And then I also have a silver dollar tube. I just put this inside, and then we'll run this through the material to hopefully grab as much black sand as we can that's magnetic. Yeah, we've got a good amount of black sand here. I'll transfer this black sand off into this other pan here. So here you can see that the magnet didn't only pick up the black sand, which is magnetic, but it also trapped some of the blonde sands in with it. So I always like to go through it twice. And then anything that remains behind, we will have to pan this off. All right, maybe go through it twice. That black sand is really difficult. It's always good to remove as much black sand as possible. It just makes things a whole lot easier. So take your time with this step. In the background here, I do have a black sand separating machine right there. It removes all the magnetic black sand. You can get those on miningmagnets.com. That thing is mostly used when I'm running huge amounts of black sand. Like over here, I have buckets and buckets of black sand from Cape Disappointment, Washington. But for small amounts like this, I like to just do it by hand with the magnet. So a lot of this black sand is like slightly magnetic. It's not extremely magnetic. So I have to keep going over it many times. And each time I go, I get a little more black sand. See, if I hold that to the camera, you can see there's a little line of black sand right there. Not a lot, but enough to continue doing this. Just because the black sand is such an annoyance at the end, especially if there's extremely fine gold, the more black sand we remove, definitely the better. All right, so I'm just going to take this magnet, and without the silver dollar tube, normally I just put this silver dollar tube on the end, grab it, and then pull this away, allowing it to fall. I think we'll grab a lot more without the plastic tube. Oh, definitely. Oh, cool. And it also looks like there's a lot of red in there, which means those are little tiny garnets. Probably some hematite in there, lots of magnetite, all kinds of black sands. All right, I'll finish cleaning this up and we'll go from there. All right, I think I'm pretty close to having all of the black sands out. I'm probably not going to get all of it because the thing is, it's like the magnetic material doesn't really hold on as tight as normal black sands do. It's like slightly magnetic, but if I can at least get as much out of there as possible, then I will do so. But I think we're pretty darn close. Right now, we have this much material that came up with it. And as you can see, there's a lot of blonde sands mixed in there, so we'll go ahead and try to remove as much of the black sands as we can. Oh, that's really cool. I need another pan. I'll try to get the camera down here closer. Take a look at what this material does when I hold the magnet over it. As you can see, it moves, but it doesn't really want to come up to the magnet. So it's like slightly magnetic. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I still have to pan all this stuff out anyway, just to make sure we don't have any gold. All right, it's fine. I think that's good enough. All right, so here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer size material. And then over here we have two different types of magnetic material. This stuff here is absolutely magnetic. It flies up to the magnet, no problem. And then this stuff here, it kind of like, it moves under the magnet, but it doesn't really jump up to the magnet. So I would call this like slightly magnetic material. Either way, we're gonna pan everything out just to make sure that there's no gold in there. So I guess we can go to the next step. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pan out the big stuff first. And normally I would bring over Crusty Rusty, but Crusty Rusty has a hole in it down here in the bottom, and I'm soaking it and cleaning it, and it's getting a complete makeover. If you guys want to see that video, it is going to be over on my hands-on channel, my Klesh Guitars channel. So definitely check that out. I'll leave a link down below if you want to see the restoration of Crusty Rusty. So we'll just go ahead and bring over Otto from AutoZone. I'll add some water. and a little bit of jet dry. That's just a surfactant that'll break the surface tension of the water so any really fine small gold won't float away. All right, first we're going to pan out the big stuff, but first I'm going to grab these bigger stones that are kind of interesting. This Petoskey stone, possibly. Not that one. This one's cool. All right, here's what we have left. We'll go ahead and pan this down. See if there's any gold in it. This bigger material actually pans off really easily, and I think we found another Petoskey stone right there. We'll keep that. That's pretty cool. And we'll also hit this stuff with the black light here in a second. I totally forgot to do so. So we'll do that in a second. And nope, there's no pickers or nuggets. That's okay. All right, we'll turn the lights off. And I got my black light here. Yeah, that is absolutely, it's hard to tell on camera, but this guy right here, it is glowing fluorescent. That's it's called a Uprolite right there. I know it's not showing up on camera. Maybe there. I'll try to zoom in so you can see. It like glows orange. It looks really cool in real life, but I don't think it's showing up on camera. But either way, really cool. That's definitely a keeper. I don't see anything in here that's fluorescent. All right. All right, so this is the minus kitchen strainer size material, and I'm gonna guess that 99% of all of our gold is gonna be in here. So we'll save that for last. Right now, I just wanna go ahead and pan back some of this black sand just to see if there's any really, really fine gold that was trapped in the magnet with this black sand. So I'm gonna go ahead and pan this back. Keeping my eyes, oh, this pan is not seasoned. Hold on a second. If you guys want to learn how to season your pan, check out the video linked right there in the corner. That shows you how to season your gold pan, which is a very, very important step. If you don't season your pan, this thing is pretty much unusable. All right, here we go. Nice seasoned pan. We'll pan this stuff back, see if there's any gold in it. I'm not seeing anything yet. Nothing yet. We're pretty much at the very end. And usually if there's gold mixed in with the black sand, I would have seen it by now. But we'll see here. just a second. Once I get everything panned, once I get this material panned down here, whatever's left at the top, there may be gold there. So yep, I'm not seeing any gold right there, so our magnet did not pick up any gold. Next we have our slightly magnetic material. I'm just going to pan out a little bit at a time, just because I know it's going to be extremely difficult. To my extended version viewers, don't mind the noise in the back. We're doing some packaging right now. This room doubles as our Paydirt room and my prospecting room. I waited for her to finish packaging, and now I'm hearing a dog barking in the background, and I also hear a storm rolling in. So that actually might not be too bad for background sounds. Yeah, this material is pretty fine, but it's nothing like the black sand from the beaches of the Pacific Ocean there at Cape Disappointment, Washington. That stuff is like powder. This actually has a little bit of grittiness to it, so it's easier to pan back. I'm not seeing any gold yet. I guess I could zoom in a bit. But as you can see, there's a lot of patience involved when it comes to panning the really difficult material. And there is a piece of gold. One little flake. Actually, there might be more here in a second. Yeah. All right. Right there's one little tiny piece of flour gold. I'll grab that with the snuffer bottle. Not like it's going to make a difference in the weight. But now we'll go ahead and finish this up. I'll be brave and do all of it at once. A lot of blonde sands in there that are just going to pan off the top. So this is the new extended version video that I'm going to be releasing along with each of my gold Paydirt videos. If you guys enjoy the extended version more, just let me know in the comments, and even if you don't leave a comment, it's fine. I'm going to be able to see the amount of views anyway. So we'll see if this works out. If it doesn't work out, we don't have to continue doing the extended versions. The only reason I'm doing it is because I did have some requests, and I did make a video. I can't remember which one it was, but I asked if you guys like the longer versions, and a lot of you guys said yes. So why not? I'll make an extended version of every GPAH episode. it kind of gives you I think it would give a better in-depth idea of how I do my panning technique, especially for this kind of stuff that I would normally cut out of my regular videos. You can kind of see that I kind of feel a little bit rushed. I'll go a little bit slower here. You shouldn't really be rushed when you're doing this. You should really take your time and just, as I'm running the water over it, it's bringing like one layer of black sand down. You can see it right in here coming down. Any more than that, and there's a chance you're losing gold. And then I just wash off whatever gets washed back because I know there's no gold in it, and I repeat the process. It's too much water. That's another thing. You only want, when you hold your pan at an angle forward, you don't want so much water in it that it covers the entire bottom. You want about that much water. You can see, let me see if I can get it in the light. The water only comes back to about here. This is dry right up here. You don't want to fill it up with water. I'll show you why. If you fill it up with water, you can't really get the water to move correctly. You see what I mean? Dump that out. Use the water as a tool, and that'll start bringing it back for you. We've been having rainstorms and hailstorms, and last week there was a tornado that ripped through Littleton, Colorado, which is south of where I live. A lot of rain this year in Colorado, more rain this year than any other year. I didn't have too much luck with mushrooms this year, but I didn't really do all that much hiking in the woods this year. So but I did see reports that a lot of the porcini mushrooms this year are really buggy, and so that's unfortunate. Usually if they're buggy in one area, everywhere else is buggy as well. So the porcini season this year might not be as good as it was. What was it, 2019 I think was like that really good year where I found, you know, buckets and buckets full of them. I might find that many this year, but it might not be perfect looking porcinis. I'll still eat them. You know, you cut them in half and you let them soak in a little bit of salt water, and all the bugs, they float or they fall to the bottom, and you can still dehydrate them and eat them. And besides, going looking for the mushrooms that's actually my favorite part. Eating them, I can take it or leave it. Don't get me wrong, it's delicious, but I just enjoy hiking around the woods and looking for them. It's a treasure hunt in itself. Right. As you can see, doing this black sand could be very relaxing, but tedious at the same time. But that's the thing. It keeps your mind occupied on one thing, even though I'm talking about mushrooms and stuff. If I wasn't talking to a camera right now, I'd probably just be quiet and focus on this. Okay. I do see one little piece of gold right there. Probably not worth even grabbing, but I mean, it's there, so I have the snuffer bottle right there, so I might as well grab it. Oh yeah, there's a piece of gold at the top. It's a little flake as well. If you guys can see it there, yeah, you can see it. It looks like a chunky little piece too. Whoops, where'd it go? It went down here. I'm going to go ahead and try to recover that. Without grabbing any black sand with it. Yeah, let's grab it. And this is our last little amount. And I'm not seeing any more gold there. All right. All right, and finally, we are on to our minus kitchen strainer size material, where most of our gold is going to be. We're guaranteed at least 1/4 gram of gold, which today is worth about $15.39. 1 troy ounce of gold today is worth $1,914 US dollars. I have a feeling we're still going to run into some black sand here. Yep, I can see the black sands right about there. And as we pan this down, we're going to find more and more of it. Let's pan this back and see what we get. We should find some gold here. There's a couple flakes. We'll separate it by tapping it. Maybe not. Sometimes I can tap it and the gold will jump away from the black sand when I'm lucky. Doesn't happen every time, but nah. Of course not. The camera's rolling. Nope. All right, I'm just going to grab it there. One more flake. All right. All right, that was pretty easy. I'll go ahead and pan everything else out. Yeah, the blonde sands pan off super easy. They basically weigh nothing, leaving some black sand behind, and of course our gold. All right, let's see what we got here. No pickers, even though the description says he added pickers, or maybe added pickers. I can't remember exactly what the description says. I'm just showing you what I'm getting here, and it's all flakes and some flour gold. All right, I'll grab that. There's another flake or two in here. All right. So that wasn't too difficult. If we would have not removed the black sand, this would have been pretty tough, but there wasn't all that much flour gold in it. It was mostly just the added flakes, the 1/4 gram of added flakes. So it really wasn't that difficult. I would give it probably a 7 out of 10 difficulty. We still have to finish cleaning it up right now. Here is the contents of the snuffer bottle. We have a little bit of flakes right there. And there I was able to separate it from the black sands pretty well. All right, we'll keep doing that until everything is cleaned up. All right, we've got it pretty much cleaned up. So right now we'll go ahead and we'll dry this out, we'll weigh it up, and we'll get a value on it. So normally what I'll do at this point is I'll just dry it out, and when it's dry, it's easier to remove the black sand. And I'll show you how I do that. Basically, you just put it on a piece of paper and blow lightly across it onto another piece of paper or into a gold pan, and you'll see the black sand just rolls off with your breath. So we'll go ahead and dry this out, weigh it up, and get a value on it. This is just rainwater. We save our rainwater for our garden, and use it for panning for gold as well. All right, so when drying out gold, I like to tilt the pan and get a little puddle of water down here and just soak up as much as I can with a paper towel. Without touching the gold, because the gold will stick to the paper towel. Got my heat gun here. And it'll dry pretty darn quickly. I have it on low and I keep it moving. If I would hold it in one spot, it would actually melt the plastic. I've done that before. At this point, I'll take, oh, we are roasting marshmallows. Can't use that one. At this point, I'll just take a skewer and move it around. And that's pretty much it. And we've got some dry gold. And then to clean that little bit of black sand, I pour it all onto a piece of paper. And then I kind of go like this to spread it out. And then I have another piece of paper here that's tilted up, right? And all I do is I blow across, and the gold won't move, but the black sand will, and that'll clean this up. Little rock right there won't move. There we go. Now we have some clean gold, and over here we have our black sand. Here is, let me try to get it in a little pile in the middle. There you can see we have black sand. Easiest way to clean it up that I've found anyway. And now we set this up for the bunny shot. All right, so this is the gold, and just by looking at it, it does not look like a quarter gram. So what that means is that when I purchased this about a year ago, I don't think there was a guaranteed minimum amount. However, now there is a guaranteed quarter gram. So let's see what we got. Oh, there is a quarter gram. I would say that that's a quarter gram. It's, you know, 3 1/1000ths off. So it's exactly a quarter gram, I would say. It's possible I missed a little bit of gold in the black sand. Or my scale's off a little bit.
Okay, let's see what we got here. 0.25 grams, and we're gonna call it 24 karat pure because you can actually resell natural placer gold just like this to Paydirt vendors like myself. If you guys have gold and you want to sell it, go to kleshgold.com, click on the sell your gold button, follow the instructions, and I'll send you a quote right away. So we have, about $16 worth of gold. We paid $45 for it. Let's see what that's actually. So 15, we'll just call it $16 worth of gold. And we paid $45. So 35.55% return on investment. Guys, there's way better Paydirt companies out there as far as return on investment. As far as the Paydirt fun and quality of it, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool to have some real Michigan beach black sands with all those garnets and those cool stones, the Uperlite and everything. The packaging was good. I don't remember how long it took to ship, but I'm sure it was pretty quick because it came in a flat rate box and those things are usually like 1 or 2 days. So anyway, I hope this video was informative. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And also don't forget to leave a comment for your free bag of Klesh Gold Paydirt, the Gold Strike. If you guys leave a nonsense comment, it will be ignored and we'll go to the next person. So make sure you leave a comment. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could say, I like gold, or I don't know anything about gold, but I'd like to try. That's fine. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also, big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really going to like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.